Do you still have any of your brother's clothes?
Sure. Do you want them?
I need some kind of jacket. I'm supposed to go to a christening and have nothing to wear.
Stop by then. It's not like you'll be
Good day.
You hanging around here, friend?
Greetings to you.
ran away. He's a bloody bastard, and I never want to see him again. Not a chance.
What's that? Huh. Strange. Huh? What the? What the hell with it?
You shouldn't be bothering us here.
Padella, get up. I only gave you a little slap. Halt! Who's there? Oh,
God damn it, Hog! What have you done? We won't get anything out of him now.
Startled me there. You've got to help me.
What the fuck happened here?
Well,
He fell. He looks more like he got the shit beaten out of him.
oh, look, he started it.
I think it'd be better if you told me the truth.
Well, Chenyek sent me to go and ask about them symbols. Polite like.
And what happened next?
He was laughing in my face, giving me all sorts of riddles. Only he caught another one from the table on the way down.
Chenyek had a hunch this might happen. Did you find out anything about the symbols?
When I start seeing red,
Do you remember anything?
he talked to me in riddles. So I tell him I ain't no little kid.
And then?
When he saw the smoke coming out of my ears, he said he'd show me some, but that annoyed me even more.
Was there something written on it?
Well, how should I know? Take a look at it yourself. Some parchment on him. Well, can you read it? I can't read. Take a look yourself.
Look what the cat dragged in.
So?
Yes, but something about a vineyard and running water.
The bastard! He's fucking with us, even from beyond.
Well, it's our only lead.
Oh, I don't have the noggin for this shit, Henry. Chenyek has the quick. If you can't crack it, you can ask him. But we won't come up with nothing new. We won't come up with nothing new.
key's pretty rusty. Can't have been used for quite a while.
Excuse me.
Tell me about yourself.
I used to be a guard, but I wasn't genuine.
Let me...
Yeah,
What do you...
for us. Well, ruins.
I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Rat and
What does that mean?
we do. As you, sir.
Yes, you did. We talked about it at the market the other day.
We talked about the rats in your pantry, didn't we?
Aye, that too.
You rubbed it on your shoulder.
Aye.
Greeting.
Show me...
Happy to be of service, sir.
Hail. Good day to you.
It's good to see you, lad. Excellent. You made a fine purchase, good sir.
I'd like to...
Well, you see? And come again.
Beneficial for all.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
You can't just stroll around here without your by your leave.
Parish priest, but 6 silver men. Praise God.
Oh, you mutt.
What can I...
Would you?
Come closer. Don't be shy.
I'd like to do something.
Well, I... Happy to be... Service. Take care, sir. I'm glad you found what you... looking for, sir.
Hey! You can't just walk up.
Blessed morning to you. We're now open.
Praise the Lord.
Greetings.
Guten Tag, mein Freund. Was möchten?
Would you?
Ausgezeichnet.
What do you have? Word about the...
Frei. Und viel Glück für die Zukunft. Mein Herr.
Get lost, or you'll see. Be on your way.
Good day.
Supposed to be a chronicle.
Is that a problem?
I'm not a chronicle. I want to raise for the You want what? More money. Do you want me to tell everyone about the time you were drunk, naked, riding on a pig, yelling about how you were sweetest with the Luxembourg himself?
Hey,
I ought to go and see Rosa. She'll be expecting me. Ah, and I mustn't forget about the city council.
Eh? Hey! You can't just walk around here without permission. Go away! You can't just come in here as you like. I never want to see you here again.
your shopping here and you're in the clear.
Greetings.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
By the way,
My favourite book?
as I wandered through the fortress, and there it lay.
You really found it? By the way, did...
I read a bit of it.
what did you think?
While reading it, I thought the writing style seemed familiar.
Really?
Well, yeah. As if I knew the writer himself. Or herself.
Women writing books. Come now.
Why not? I bet they would write better than many men.
Such audacity.
More like experience. I once helped with copying. Most of it was boring drivel.
I can imagine. A person does all that work to learn to read and write, but then they sit you down at a table to copy the works of others for the rest of your life.
Waste of time, right?
Not just time, above all, talent.
Hold on.
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel...
That's a tempting notion. Who knows?
Wouldn't you want to at least...
I suppose I'm not quite sure.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could...
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers.
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal parts.
Both? Well, fine. And what should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. I'll take careful notes of...
Well, there are heaps of stories about men. So I propose one about a woman.
All right, a woman then.
Such as...
Tell me one trait that is...
Well, I admire courage in girls. They're weaker than men, and life is rarely easy for them.
Do you know one like that?
How could I not? After all, I'm looking at her.
You think I'm brave? Father says I'm more rash, always acting before thinking.
Well, nobody's perfect. But in my opinion, you're certainly brave.
Enough, you flatterer, or I shall blush. Let's say we write about a woman who is brave and isn't afraid to say what she thinks. Would she do it for herself or...
Make her brave for someone that's much more commendable than if she were only thinking of herself.
You can't disagree with that. And to make things a little more interesting, the love... Because forbidden fruit tastes the sweet. Well, just about finished.
Well,
Not yet.
What?
A picture? I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but especially if you
What?
lie on the ground on your stomach and swing your legs. But not much.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Well, now we're done. Your suffering is over. So what about that story?
That's nice. A bit didactic, but not sermons for ordinary people work in a similar way.
You see, when I lead mass, and what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's...
Oh, it's pretty, really.
But otherwise, I think we can be quite
Well, and for that matter, you're an interesting girl.
No beating around the bush. Please do stop by sometime. I wager it will be enlightening, for perhaps I can show you my collection of...
You said you could teach me.
If you want.
Very well, then.
That depends, or if you prefer. But I won't so.
I'd like to... What's the last...
You'd better be...
Could you...
Wine, but I won't so.
I'd like you... You
I prefer...
Will you teach...
Did you hear who died?
Ha! I thought it was old Bart, but then I heard him coughing his lungs up in the yard again today.
You silly doggy.
Hold your horses. What are you barging in here for?
I'm going to see Sir Ulrich Vavak on a most urgent matter.
As usual. Hurry then.
Did I forget to add salt?
It has therefore decided to collect fruit flies.
Glad to see.
You have the gall to show me your face.
Hold your horses. Actually, I have a little lot.
You've come to blackmail
Call it what you like. I need to get into
the assembly. The one...
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance.
Don't try that on me. This is connected with root and tell the...
I want to know what Sigismund tells the council.
You want to spy? Do you know what you're risking? And what I'd be risking? Forget it.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself. And that will be the end of...
And how about a few groschen?
Are you trying to annoy me? You might have dug up some dirt on me, but I'll get you into the assembly. But...
Oh.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let... Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve...
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission. Otherwise, you...
What will I need?
Fast feet and good manners. and the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king.
Where can I find the...
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that...
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is some...
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both come out of it.
Leather pouches! Pouches!
Vegetables! Mushrooms!
Easy! I surrender!
You're a wanted. You've been loitering around here where you shouldn't have. And I don't think you've been accused. You'll pay a fine.
Restrain yourself. If you think you can just give me a whipping, then you'll be defying the law of the land.
Excuse...
Only the heathens do that. You are a good Christian.
Well, of course I am.
First and foremost, you must inform the court scribe in Prague what misdemeanor has been committed, upon which he shall make a record, and then inform you what you should do according to the law.
You're having me on, right? I'm not...
Well, according to the law of the land, you should. But, look here. Nothing terrible has happened, right? Naturally. You have my word.
Piss on that fucking thief's head!
Come and take your pick.
Das war's. That was a weak throw anyway.
What the hell is this? Why is it open? That's odd. Who opened this? If anything's missing, I know who to go and see. I'm going to...
What are you doing here? I'll call the guards. Hand over the compensation, or I'll get the guards involved.
I'm sure we can sort this out.
Who do you think you are? You pay us
Listen, what I meant was... You cow.
Bullshit. Now either you pay...
Look,
That's enough.
Ich hoffe, das Glück steht
this? That's odd. Who opened this?
Better than pre-war.
Versailles. Wait, it was here just... Hey! It was you that stole from us! What are you... Ah!
Stop fighting!
Ah! What are you doing here? Get out!
Excuse me.
Grüß dich.
What's new?
Ja, what you have? Und das war's?
Sounds interesting. Hola.
Nothing to your liking, sir?
Versailles.
What is it?
Sorry.
An accident? If you touch...
I must have...
You're the... I'd like...
You must be...
I am.
I'm Henry.
I am.
Supposing I took the job...
Look here.
Scheiße.
Them count... Why would you want to...
I just have to get in there. I have an important message for the king.
But why would you want...
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it.
I see. To begin... Look here.
Well, to tell the truth...
You're off to a great start. But whatever. If you make them... Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you. And
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly, or get it covered in
Thanks. I won't disgrace you.
You better not.
Das sieht gar nicht so schlimm aus. Just clean up a bit.
Franta Cooldown sent me.
Franta's not coming.
He got poisoned. He's writhing in agony.
Oh, that's it. We can't be without a waiter here. So, have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're on everything as it should. Do you know what your duty for an inexperienced greenhorn like you?
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice.
I should certainly. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Remember who wants what?
That too. But more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work. They have a lot to discuss. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you.
I know everything I need.
Excellent.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone. Shoes.
Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
A full cup of monastery wine.
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick,
I
the Dry
apologise,
Devil,
sir.
used that
Which
thing.
wine?
Red.
That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when
Come now,
outlaws
waiter.
have better
I wanted
weapons
red.
than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris?
What's that supposed to be? I wanted red.
What I smell
Forgive
is that
me,
your
sir.
stubborn
I must have
heads
misheard.
do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this
I
is.
apologize.
And who is it you want to fight?
some Tokai.
The
Refill,
merciful
boy.
King Sigismund is providing us with
The pictures of wine.
Unversöhnlich.
I
Our
won't
current
splash
plan
anyone's shoes.
is a joke, and on top of that, the army was
Boy,
requisitioned.
I'd like...
From it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the...
I
I'm
apologise,
saying
sir.
that the bandits who
Which
freed
one?
Hinnick,
Tokai.
the Dry Devil,
That's the white.
used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them.
Good, sir.
You're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich?
Am I
All
supposed
I'm
to drink
saying
red
is that
when I
they
wanted
had them,
Tokai?
Herrgott.
Pardon me.
It is eine
It's
Schande
noisy
when
here.
outlaws have better weapons than the city
I'm
garrison.
sorry.
And
I
Herr
wasn't
König
paying attention.
surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter
I fancy
everywhere
some
in the region.
Tokai.
We have the
Refill,
army
boy.
bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves.
That's not a good idea,
with a
sir.
few
This
rusty
is
helmets.
unbelievable.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he? Der König and his army will not be here
Hey, waiter,
forever.
pour me some monastery
Shut
wine.
up!
The king can arrive
I
at any
apologise,
moment.
sir.
What if he
Which
heard
one?
you?
Red!
What
Am I
then?
speaking in Latin?
We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city
Hey,
and
waiter.
the state of the
Pour me
public
some
bath.
monastery wine.
Baths or brothels?
I'd like to oblige, but I'm not allowed.
This is unbelievable.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome.
More wine,
But a
Master
woman named
Bailiff.
Betty has showed up in Hopbrink. I
Come
want to repair
closer.
the baths that used to be there.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the...
And
A silver goblet. She sneaked in. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess.
where can I find this?
Use your eye and come right back.
To wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the... A thief!
Look out!
Catch him!
The city reserves
There are the
in
pictures of
urgent
wine.
need of new weapons.
Hopefully I won't splash anyone's
Our
shoes.
current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve
You
have
there,
worse
lad,
weapons than any
a cup of
Räuber
bread,
in the domain?
and don't you skimp on
Are
it.
you getting it, I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher.
Thank you.
Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
I'd like some monastery wine.
What
Refill
is
my
it,
cup, boy.
Elders? You smell a deal?
I'd like to oblige.
What I smell is that your
I'm not
stubborn
allowed.
heads
This
do
is
not realize
unbelievable.
what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection.
Wait up. Pour me
Isn't
red
he?
wine.
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard?
Sir?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Hey, waiter! Pour me some monastery wine.
That's not a good idea, sir.
This is unbelievable.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be.
You there!
The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Your
More wine, Master Bailiff.
I need. There is. She's snow going.
Work.
Use and come.
Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough baths. Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my friend Bathhouse
nice.
Proprietor Adam.
Whose
The need
silver
for
might this
cleanliness
be?
and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God?
So?
The Black Death had nothing to do with
I did.
Not so loud. And now go back to your...
going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
Hey, waiter!
And as we
pour
know,
me some monastery
Gunslin
wine.
absolutely hates him.
I apologise.
He can hate all he wants.
Which wine?
As long as he does no
Monastery
damage.
red.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
Boy!
What happened
I'd like
there?
some white!
Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated.
Thank you, waiter.
I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows
You there,
what
lad.
he wants to tell us.
A cup of red.
If nothing happened,
And don't
there's
keep
no
still,
point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me
Monastery
of
wine.
lying?
Here.
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping
Sir?
anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Rutard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't
Refill
be
my cup,
ridiculous,
boy.
Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse
Sir?
a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives of the
Vanish,
market.
you hear me?
So, you will just leave it be?
What's wrong?
Proven offences are
you afraid everything will come out?
And that's that.
I've no idea
There are
what
more
you're talking
pressing
about.
matters to deal with.
To our agreement.
More pressing
Go.
than the open contempt of the whole
I'm just
town
passing
garrison.
by.
The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
Refill, sir.
Do you think I come to the council just to guzzle wine? Come here!
All day long.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for...
All right.
I knew I could, while you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But...
Because I'm bored. And
We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
So,
I found your...
Really? And did you count those...
I counted 20...
And you counted correct, so you can have a bit of fun in the evening.
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
You
Hire
there,
more craftsmen,
lad.
start with night
A cup of bread. Haven't you known? Don't you skimp on me.
I apologise, sir. Which wine?
Red! Am I speaking in Latin?
I get the feeling that
Sir?
other than the welfare of the people behind your complaint.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, mein Freund, your place is at least
Hey,
two
boy.
steps behind mine.
Full
The
cup of monastery
swordsmith
wine.
dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse
apologize,
me,
sir.
You wanted to
Which
buy
one?
yourself an altar in the
Monastery,
cathedral.
red?
Just like you bought
Sir?
yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my
Now run
seat
along.
for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Opry.
A full cup of monastery wine.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town
I
go to watch
apologise,
them
sir.
brawl.
Which wine?
Red, and quickly.
Sir?
Because it has all been sorted out. Not
Thank
long
you,
ago,
Peter.
the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's going to tackle Rootard.
Azon al-Gücek Ösü.
Elegiop katonaikat. Ich kelkinek utra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this plan of fights!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock. And you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the...
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they keep him mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. Who's that French fellow you brought?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. Wine.
What do you plan to do now you're a...
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to...
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're...
Innkeeper, a beer!
price will be paid.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up in prison?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn.
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère.
You're quite mistaken, monsieur.
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. Do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side...
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
Then, what are you doing here at a meeting?
The law... You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite...
Where have you been on your travels?
But of course, if you are interested, and if you are interested...
And you wouldn't buy...
Which one do you...
How come almost nobody here...
I am operating as this. My great benefit is my strong connection there. Everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom. You have men and weapons. We have...
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the market?
Everything in good times.
Did you come to lend?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves. You remind me of my young friend Henry. Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula. You know each other. That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start. Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so he was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn. Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's? Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there? I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most. And that is why Samuel is in this world.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard. Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink.
For that, there will be more suit.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole son won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of it?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of.
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me.
Was that...
Indeed. And that's...
As it happens,
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan... and the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council.
Well... I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp...
Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
Why are you doing...
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, meanwhile, I'll take care of Yobs.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because it would mean slow, but...
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for... You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many...
Tell me a bit more about those.
Certainly.
Botchek of Kunstadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estate. He doesn't play the big game. Because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman.
He still is. The only one who retained his... Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuten. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers.
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz.
I was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young... But don't trust appearances. She's got claws.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. There are wicked tongues that claim and that it was thanks to her.
I'll get on it.
I wish us...
Success to our plans.
I tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even... Botchek?
Not even Botchek, and he's a great lord.
That's hard to believe.
Martin likes to exaggerate.
I'd like to check your horses out. And see if they're as good.
Ha! Even better. But
And you might not believe your eyes when...
Well.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to harass my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Alder.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Leipzig.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have...
How?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Alder.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any...
That's enough!
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to...
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second.
Out of the question. This uncouth lout, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher.
You want satisfaction? You suit yourself, then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard.
After you.
Well, that's that.
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher...
Make room for us! We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back! I'll sort you out nicely.
Left arm lower!
Enough! That will do. My God. Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. You could...
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well...
So Father would be satisfied, only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never...
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed, but now I have a chance.
And that's why you want...
Aye. The outcome...
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty After your encounter with Father, actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebellion.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to...
I expect Alder's not... Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
And that's exactly why.
Maybe I should have...
I don't talk
Christ, it's hot out.
God be with you. There's something
God be with you.
Your diplomatic support.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that.
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford.
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure.
How do you know Liechtenstein?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of... While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of them.
Not only for people...
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resource.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help?
It's not only your money. You're well able to negotiate and trade.
Then I'd be helpful. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason.
Do you have something in particular?
Well, one of the guests here has something.
Who's...
Haman Al... Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Have you fallen out with the Town Councillor?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bartosz are... They're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband, and the fact that I'm handling his estates.
And these papers
My relatives somehow dug up...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers...
I'm supposed to rob an...
Haman Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't...
And the papers
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminate...
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will bring them to me. But watch yourself. Odoran's groom has...
They're trying to do one thing and one thing only.
This place is
line their
really
pockets.
starting to get small.
They remember well how the burghers in Moravia fared in the last war.
They were on the wrong side. Wasn't it the lords of Kunstadt who got the most out of it?
All right.
What's that? Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh.
I've been watching you for a while, and I have a feeling you do well to...
Who in God's name?
In God's name indeed.
Is it that obvious?
Don't blaspheme. It'll help.
And in the morning, when I met him, even though my back was...
That's a mortal sin. And then
I'll go...
You won't.
I'll start right...
Quite unusual to see him cornered like this.
I've got the...
Quiet!
Lady, with all the clamor going on here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could I refuse it?
And to the success...
Sir Bocek,
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in it. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms?
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but...
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on. Believe it or not.
Really? Name it...
Anna of Volstein.
Truly? Well,
I wouldn't mention the word...
All right. I have a lot of property. I can't risk it all.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly...
How about...
He's a youngster still.
He may be young. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate, that's his by right.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa, maybe it's not...
So?
You're selling the skin of a boar that... First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take...
And what if...
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll...
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Already told me.
Sir Hanush!
You do?
I've gained us...
And who is it?
On the contrary! It's Bocek, the Elder of Kunstadt and
Kunstadt? By Christ, how the hell did...
Well, I explained to him...
Mutual?
He's got a pretty serious personal interest.
Stop beating around the bush.
Or you could make me the Abbot of Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying...
Sir Bocek, your niece Yivka...
So Hanush agreed?
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yivka.
Here's to a good butt.
Today I'm sticking to ale.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion.
Is this supposed to be yours?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect. Tell me, Godwin...
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support...
Both of them. Good heaven.
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas!
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything? Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it.
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the City Council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather, and we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas's reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Such a good soul.
I couldn't resist you either. The sausages were all delicious. And when those two girls came carrying their arrows, I had wicked thoughts.
About the girls? The piglet. Nobleman.
How'd you like a wine, Chevalier?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition. Recipes are passed. I myself was practically even the king himself had wine delivered for his table.
I expect his lordship had the best...
This wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary, where it would suffice for cleaning.
Not the piglet.
Buckets for beggars.
I'd rather eat well.
You and I'd like to drink a toast. So touching. Come now. I never had one. True. Not a bit. I'm in that case in quite simple fuck. Well, his lordship. To hell. I had my hand left. You can bet on it. I don't doubt.
Buckets for beggars.
I'd rather eat well.
Give me 100 knights in full armor. We'll clear my
Aye, that's the one. What's old Kunstad doing with that? Where are you supposed to keep watch outside the gate today?
Ah, I am not sure.
All right. Sorry, mate, but you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country.
Let's drink to that.
To King Wenceslas.
So far, they'll be fine. You're right. I don't know about you, but I can barely stand. And to stand over that ditch, fall in.
Until then, Sigismund's men can trample over us one after another. I would think
For the piglet.
good help.
I'd rather eat well.
Twat.
I love mine. Considering maybe an old pinch purse. Sorry, when it comes to
You're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone, the sooner life
calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
Damn darkness.
Greetings.
Good day.
If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path, he would never have made it all the way here.
Well, this won't be just any army.
It's only going to be a scarecrow to keep Sigismund from murdering the lords one by one.
You couldn't think of a fancier name?
Good day to you.
At least you can tell by the name.
May I interrupt you already?
What's the matter?
One of the most esteemed guests all over the place. I meant the really fine wine.
No way. Sir Martin ordered for it to be served only...
Have you seen the state he's in? Anyway, he'll never miss...
All right.
Now off you go and leave...
Name is Bruce Phallus anyway. Supper with you.
I am far too old for some sentimental courtship.
How come you're still here, sir?
All hail Jobst. He sorted things out here nicely. But you know how it goes. I explained. I am too old.
Did...
Nothing to do. It's the pride.
I'd bet my...
What?
Deal with him yourself.
Have you ever thought about getting married again? It would make a lot of things easier for you.
And how should I interpret this question?
In the simplest terms, I'm offering you a business deal, without any ulterior motives. I am far too old for some sentimental courtship.
You're amusing. But you know my answer. I appreciate your friendship, but I'd rather run my own.
Depends on your steed.
Having a good time?
It's a fucking bore.
Well, what are you missing? There's wine.
Good day.
Greetings.
I'll be with you. May have married.
God bless. And you.
Greetings.
G'day, g'day. And with you?
discuss it.
Of course it's a horse. Not a bad one, but it's more suited for a ride than a walk.
I'm telling you, give it a year and Sigismund will be gone.
And I'm telling you, we won't get rid of him that easily. Everyone's being too hopeful here.
You're talking... bollocks! Once Jobs raises an army, he'll shit himself and run back to Hungary.
And why would he do that? If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path, he would never have made it all the way here.
Jesus wept. Couldn't he have run out when...
And how?
Not really. I also got married, young Sir Chris.
Tell me more about...
She's a big girl.
Well, aren't you...
Even as a little girl.
And you...
Cooper, he died when Alishka was just a baby.
God grant... Why don't we go some... And...
You really... You ought go and have a drink.
Couldn't he have run out when you started threshing? I've got some warm wood downstairs. We'll all need it in the morning. I spent half of the
I'm filled with grief.
Strong words. I thought your Alicia was brown-haired, though.
We came here for the feast anyway.
I'm talking about fucking Sigismund, you twat. I love my Alishka.
All right. Sorry, mate. But you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country. To King Wenceslas.
Any debate going on around it.
What does it matter? We reached an agreement, but it's going to take time to raise an army. Until then, Sigismund trample over us one after another.
I couldn't believe it. I've been married.
I'm not drunk. At the French court, I drank many was on the table. Even the notorious.
Be quiet. I'd rather eat well.
Right about the sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country.
Let's drink to that.
To King Wenceslas.
To be eaten.
Aye.
You fuck with it, then die.
The sausages won't serve.
started retching?
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he's coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty. Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own!
How the hell? You won't get me!
And you'll get another right away!
Not one step back! Stand your ground! You got him! Next! Drive those horses out!
Hey! Get him!
It's a wonder you're still standing.
I'll hack you to ribbons! I'll kill you! Get on then! Beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Fuck this horse!
Show what you're made of!
Right between the eyes!
You're done here, Horsons. That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Godwin.
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector 08.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... Look, leave him be. He's right. I just met my brother. Only to lose him again. Thanks. Once we're done here, I'll give him a funeral.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat. Trust me.
Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jew.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible.
Anyway, we've got work to...
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with Christopher.
At least it was over quickly. Though, you almost took Pinnacle Kunstad.
That dry devil is as tough as old boots. If a horse fell on me, I wouldn't get up again. One Kunstad captured, the other off.
crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Watch him. He's as greedy as a pig. Hineg is... well, you know.
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
One punched up, captured, the other off, crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Why would watch him? He's as greedy as a pig. Hineg is...
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
They didn't even spare the animal.
My tempest lost his life. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning.
What about yours? I don't know. I saw them bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived.
Animal fire.
Jobs finds out about Hineg is...
Nothing sacred to them.
Leave it alone.
Such a bloodbath.
Now we're in it with them anyway.
They're animals.
Animal fire. I've been taking care of animals all my life, and they've never been anything.
Punishing them like this.
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Watch him. He's as greedy as a pig. Hineg is... well, no.
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
One punched up, captured, the other off, crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves.
Nothing sacred to them.
He's as greedy as a pig.
Bloodbath.
Hineg is...
They're animals.
Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
Didn't even spare the animal.
only men do such things. My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning.
What about yours?
Such a bloodbath.
I don't know.
They're not
I saw them
people.
bolting out.
They're animals.
Animals my arse. I've been taking care of animals all my life, and they'd never do anything like that. No. Only men do such things.
Good to see you both.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Owlet surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the...
Well, not all of us. Young Oderin, Anna of Volstein, and several other nobles are dead.
And they captured our closest and most... Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We'll figure out a way to...
But how?
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it...
Actually, it might. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's woo! We need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
Jobs finds out about this. Animals my arse. I've been taking care of animals all my life.
At least it was over quick. Though, you almost took Hinnek of Kunde.
That dry devil is as tough as old boots. If a horse fell on me, I wouldn't get up again.
One construct captured, the other almost crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, brought it upon themselves. Watch them. It's as greedy as a pig. You never see. Well, no. Leave it alone, the two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway. Spare the animal. My tempest lost his life. Put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning. What about your horse? I don't know. Someone set his mane and tail on fire. Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back. Or maybe the crow didn't even spare the animal. My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock 3 lightning. What about your horse? I don't know. I thought it bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire. Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back. Or maybe the crows have eaten us already.
Dirty.
Well, at least it was over quick.
They're not people. They're animals.
Did I not tell you you should not come here?
You did. But I still insist that it was necessary.
What have we gained? We could easily have ended up lying dead outside.
But we did not. And we owe our gratitude to those who helped us survive.
It is enough that we gave them our money.
Find out what do you do with it?
What will happen to Rabosa?
Saints of God, come to his aid. Come to meet him, angels of the Lord. Receive his soul, present him to God.
Had his whole life ahead of him.
When they were carrying him past, I hardly recognized him. It's a good thing he was.
The powerful mercy of God.
Had his whole life ahead of him.
When they were carrying him past, I hardly recognized him. It's a good thing Martin wasn't there. The boy was his pride.
Sam, I need to have a word.
Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your stepfather.
Why?
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol in well.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son.
Why are you even telling me this?
I thought you would want to know. Martin was raising you instead of being with Mother. And me.
I know what it's like. My real father...
You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the...
The king has approved...
He's no king to me.
What's a gazette?
That is hard.
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out. Will you come with us?
I'll come. And lick...
Very well.
I'll be back.
Hurry up.